I'm Lauren Wilhite. According to the National League of Cities, which is an advocacy organization for cities and townships, who published an article on their homepage on November 8, 2019, more than 6,100 veterans committed suicide in 2017. And more than 2/3 of those people did not receive any mental health services. Mental health is an immense issue today, and it affects people of all ages. Like veterans, college students are largely affected by mental health issues. The U.S. veterans do not receive adequate mental health services. Today, I will talk to you first about the types of mental illnesses that veterans face. Then I will talk to you about the mental health services that are provided to veterans. And last, I will talk about how improving mental health services will impact veterans positively. Now, I'll begin talking about the types of mental illnesses that veterans face. According to an article by Jennifer Del Santa, titled 3 Most Common Mental Illnesses That Veterans Face, which was posted May 19th of 2017. The 3 main types of mental illnesses are post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, and traumatic brain injury. Post-traumatic stress disorder is a type of mental illness that causes veterans to relive traumatic events in their thoughts or dreams. It can be dangerous when they have episodes which can cause them to hurt others, themselves, or become manic. Veterans often stay away from events that may trigger these thoughts or feelings. Depression is a co-occurring mental illness with post-traumatic stress disorder. Depression often occurs for veterans after they have experienced trauma from war, which causes them to disassociate themselves from people and lose interest in things that they once loved to do. Also, they may feel they may feel like they have a low mood or feeling of worthlessness or hopelessness for more than 3 days at a time. Traumatic brain injury is the type of mental illness that affects the brain traumatically. Whether that's a hit by a flying object to the head or a blow from an explosion, it can cause impaired ability to the brain. So during day-to-day tasks, it's a little harder for them to do what may seem easy to us because of the traumatic injury that they've encountered from being at war. Now I'm going to tell you about the services that are provided for veterans. There is a United States Veterans Associative that provides mental health services for veterans automatically when they come back from war. It is a government-run association, so it's automatically given to them when they return. They have many different types of counseling at these associations. Some counseling services such as military sexual trauma, readjustment therapy, grief counseling, and employment counseling. Not all VA facilities have these types of mental health counseling. So a veteran's next choice would be going to a private practice. And private practices are not always reliable for these types of therapies due to the lack of mental health providers that perform these therapies. Now I'm going to talk to you about how improving mental health services can positively benefit veterans. We need to remove barriers for mental health services to veterans. And by removing barriers, I mean making sure that all VA facilities have enough mental health providers that can perform perform these specific types of therapies. Not all VA facilities have these therapies, so it can be hard for them to find a place to go to get help for what they need help for. We need to have more mental health providers in this area in general. There aren't enough private practices mental health providers that are able to do these types of therapies, so it's very hard to find anything. It's like less than 13% of private practices that actually have providers who are able to help. Today, I talked to you about first the types of mental illnesses that veterans face. Then I talked to you about the mental health services that are already provided to veterans. And last, I talked to you about how improving mental health services for veterans can benefit them positively. You as veterans do not have adequate mental health services. Like I said in the beginning of my speech, according to the National League of Cities, which was posted on November 8th, 2019, more than 6,100 veterans committed suicide in 2017, and over 2/3 of them did not receive any mental health services. This shows that we can do more for our veterans. We can change the mental health industry and help our veterans.